Well, good morning, Subway team. We are bringing you a special episode of our Subway JPW podcast. And in this episode, we're going to go over everything and anything you need to know about the FreshNOW delivery and schedule.
Wilhelm, Subway Development Agent.
And I'm Mike Lantini, the Director of Operations for Subway JPW. Let's first go through the format of how this podcast is going to work because it's a little bit different. So we have one purpose and one goal in mind, and that is to minimize the amount of potential of these boxes and equipment and translights being damaged or gone missing because they're going to be coming at you at different times. So we want to minimize that. And the format in which this podcast is being brought to you is we will go through the schedule or the time frame that each of the specific deliveries are going to be arriving to your store. So Brandon, why don't you go through the overall delivery schedule, so start to end for all the shipments coming in, and then what should we be looking for?
Sure, we're going to have deliveries coming from several different vendors, so be on the lookout for these starting in February 2nd through through April 12th. You're going to get shipments from Duke, from your food distributor, from VGS, and from FSC, from Franchise Shipping Center. So you're going to get a lot of products. Please make sure that you are careful when receiving these deliveries and keep them in a safe place, and make sure that everything is properly included that's supposed to be included in each of those shipments. So I think we're going to start off first with the shipment from VGS, right? This is coming, this should be the first one coming between February 2nd and March 18th. And this is basically your black menu frames. They're the outline that goes around all your translights that if you have the older kind of green and red looking and with yellow and stuff like that, colored frames that go outside of your menus, you can take those down right away and put up the black frames. They look great. It's a lot sharper kind of image around the menu boards. So that's what I would do. I would take those down, take the colored ones down, put the black ones up as soon as I got them. So at least I had that part checked off my list.
Yeah. Now, does a carpenter have to come and do that, or do you think that all of us are capable of doing that?
No, everybody's capable of doing that. You know, you just have to be careful when putting them back on to make sure you got the corners and everything lined up square, because they are attached with some really sticky stuff. Yeah. You know, that foam tape that's tough to remove and get back on. So you'll have instructions with that. Take off the old ones, scrape off the excess sticky material from the old ones, and put the new ones on. So it'll take you maybe 20-30 minutes if that. You know, if you take them down, you should take your old menu boards off the wall one at a time, and make sure while you have them down, clean them, dust them, all that kind of stuff. Make sure they're clean, and then put the new black menu kits up. And then you've got some menu materials coming also between February 2nd and March 15th. And what's in this kit is going to be your translights, the beverage station hanging signage. This directs people to that we have something new. It hangs from your ceiling grid, points them towards the new bubblers, that sort of thing. You have individual bubbler flavor cards. Those are stuck right on the bubblers themselves that identify the flavors. And you have a countertop signature station flavor sign. And this goes on your sandwich unit above the signature station, right?
Correct.
So that it identifies these new ingredients, spices, seasonings, that sort of thing. You're also going to have sample signs to encourage people to sample the new things, the new flavors. They're talking about, we'll get to it later, but you can take little cups and cucumber slices and put the mustard seeds on them so that the customers can sample those. You'll get some ideas and directions on that. A sneeze guard cling, also identifying new flavors and what's new with the FreshNOW rollout. A calorie sneeze guard cling, which will obviously share the calorie information, nutritional information, and a numbers and letters kit. Now, with this kit coming in, what I would do here, again, carefully remove the menu translights, okay? And I would prep them. I would get all my prices on there, all that kind of stuff. Put them back in the box so that they're protected, and save them, because you can't put those new menus up until we get the new flavors in. Yeah. And you can't mix the new black menus with the old green and white menus. Yeah. That would look tacky. So, but I would, as these things are coming in, I would take those out of the store, make sure that they are taken care of and not damaged, put my menu prices on there and store them, and wait for, once I got the ingredients, to really roll this whole thing out.
Yeah.
So that's the first couple big shipments, and Mike, you've got the next one, right?
That's right. So let's talk about the Duke and Krathco, probably one of the most exciting things that we're going to be receiving in this FreshNOW rollout. And you will receive this shipment from March 7th through March 29th. This shipment will be in your restaurant. Now with this, what's actually in the kit? So you're going to get new cutting boards. They are the white cutting boards. You're going to get a Subway signature station, or we call this the flavor, not flavor, it's the flavor station. And this is going to be placed in the center of the vegetable side in your sandwich unit. For accurate placement, please refer to your playbook for that. But really, really excited about this signature board. There is a storage rail that will be in this shipment, and there is a different way to actually store the items on the storage rail during peak versus non-peak hours. So please refer to your playbook for that. There is a sauce bottle holster, and
it doesn't go on your belt. Right?
It doesn't go on your belt. No.
Sauce bottle out.
So the sauce, that would be awesome though. We should totally come up with that. That's actually like a little, what would you, like a small 1-inch shelf, or
it's to organize your sauce bottles, and it
like lifts them up,
displays them, lifts them up a little bit, so you're able to grab the sauces easier, but also shows that we have these new these new sauces, or some of these new flavors. But actually the bottles, and you'll see this later too, have new lids and stuff like that. Yeah. that really showcases that we have a lot of offerings to go as far as sauces go. So
yeah, yep. Okay, so we've got that one. Moving on to the next, you're going to get the Krathco bubbler, the 2-head bubbler system or the 4-head bubbler system. I will attach instructions on how to take this package apart, but if you've been tuning out, tune in, because this part is really, really important. You have 10 days. Just 10 days once you receive this shipment to verify that everything on that bubbler unit is working correctly. There's nothing that's damaged. If there is something that is missing, something that is damaged, then again, 10 days to complete this damaged or missing form that's included in this email as well, accessible for you. So just download it, print it, have that on hand. And so you'll fill that out, and then you're gonna send that over to your coordinator, which our coordinator is Rachel Reed. So really, really important, probably the most expensive piece that our stores are receiving. And so want to really make sure that you guys know 10 days to report anything damaged and missing.
Check out those bowls right away. Look out for any cracks. Look out for any, if the plastic is cracked at all, make sure you fill out that damaged equipment form. Get a replacement in right away.
Very good. So that's Duke, Krathco, Brandon. What are we getting from FSC, and when are we getting it?
FSC, you will be getting 2 Signature Seed dispenser kits. These are these little items here. This is where you put these mustard seeds. They prep about 8 ounces at a time. It also will come with a little spoon. It's just, you scoop the little mustard seeds out and spread it all along the sandwich.
Yep, 1 scoop per 6 inches of sandwich. When are they getting this too?
They are getting this between March 15th and the 22nd, as long as everything is on time. So, and we'll if we get word of any delays, we'll let you all know. Cool. So you're going to be getting the seed dispenser kit. You're going to get a stainless Parmesan dispenser, 2 of these, 2 of the mustard seed serving spoons, 1 of the 2-quart Cambro pitcher set. So 1 of these. You're going to get 1 8-quart Cambro container, 8 quarts, and you use this for your tea and your bubbler processes as far as brewing tea and pouring it into the bubbler, that sort of thing. Yep. And also for emptying your bubblers and cleaning that out when you're done. And you're also going to get a pair of black Sharpies. So if you don't know what a Sharpie is, I don't know what to tell you.
We have one. Sharpie.
So, all right. And the next one is a whole bunch of metal. So
before we move on to that, I want to pull out one thing. I told you this wasn't an operational podcast, but I've got to say one thing about this 64-ounce container pitcher thing. So the bubblers, where do we prep them? Do we prep them in front of customers or not? So it's a concentrate. The Frescas and the lemonade are a concentrate. And so we want to really point out that all of our prep work is done in the back room, no different with the bubblers. And so we would pour the concentrate into this pitcher, and then the pitcher would go out to your bubblers, and then you'll pour that in, mix it with the new water line that Brandon's going to talk about in a little bit that Coke will be installing. But we don't want to be taking out the concentrate.
Yeah, the customers don't want to see you, dumping that thing into the bubbler or something like that. So get it started in the back room, and then take that to the back. So we're not doing, take that out to the front. So we're not doing that in front of customers.
Put your Fitbit on, get your steps in for the day as if you don't already get a ton of steps in. Okay, next one. That was FSC. Moving on to what are we getting from our distributor. The shipment date here is going to be March 25th through March 29th, and then what's in the kit. This is twofold. We're going to talk about equipment first, and then we're going to talk about the product that's coming as well. So equipment first, stainless steel food pans. We have a boatload of these coming. You're going to get 48 of the 1/6 size, 4-inch deep, which is this right here. You guys know what the cameras look like. They look really, really sharp. So 48 of those, and then you're going to get 24 of the 1/3 size, 6 inches deep. I don't think I need to show them all the Cambros.
No, I think they know. Yeah.
48 of the 1/3 4-inch deep, and then 12 of the 1/6 6-inch deep. Okay, so these are all the new stainless steel Cambros. What is new is the stainless steel cylinders. So we have 8 of these that are being brought to you. And then what do you suppose these go in? Brandon, where do we use these?
These go in the flavor station.
Station.
You'll put, like jardinera, I believe, jalapenos, olives, banana peppers. That's those sort of thing. Those kind of, and these will actually help you hopefully not over portion on some of those things like olives that we have a tendency to over portion. These are supposed to be adding a little bit of flavor to the sandwich, not drowning the sandwich in extra stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Moving on to the sauce caps that Brandon was referring to earlier. These sauce caps look fantastic. It is a true cap, a rubber cap that goes over the existing sauce bottle cap, if that makes any sense. They look really good. One of the things that I love about this is, if you guys remember, when we bring out like new flavors, if we don't have a sticker for it, we have to handwrite it, and it just doesn't look that good. Well, we have the caps will actually say, ask us about this flavor, and then there's 4 different colors that actually say, ask us about this flavor. So I thought that was unique, a little bit more fun than just handwriting something on a cap or not having it for a new sauce that comes out. Also going to be some bands that will go around these Parmesan and oregano shakers. Those look really, really sharp. Then you're going to get some grinders, 4 grinders. If yours have any sort of salt and pepper already in them, I don't believe that they will, but if they do, go ahead and pour them out and do a quick clean. I want to make 2 really important notes on this. One of them is for how we set these, and the second one is how we clean these. If you don't clean them right, you're going to ruin them, and your staff is going to be really upset. So the setting needs to be set on the finest setting. So there are 5 different settings. We want all of them on the finest setting. And cleaning, how do we clean these? Do we just submerge them into the 3-compartment sink? No, that would ruin these grinders. And so you're going to take dish detergent and a Serve Safe, those kind of fancy white thicker cloths that each of you have in your stores, dish detergent and water, wipe them out, and then rinse them out carefully. You can use the spray head, just rinse it out real carefully, and then take a sanitized cloth, do the same thing, let them air dry, and then you're ready to go. Throughout your day, as you're cleaning, I learned this in Dan Sigward's store. They have these things called touch points. It's anything that you touch with your gloves on during the lunch rush. The speed oven handle, the microwave handle, the sandwich unit handles, those sorts of things. Touch points are cleaned regularly, especially during peak hours. They're cleaned regularly throughout the day. When you clean those, also clean these. When you're cleaning those and the customer area, don't forget about these. Wipe them off. They get kind of greasy. We want to keep those sharp looking. And that's that.
And working properly.
Okay. So that is the grinders, the signature oil blend dispenser. Where is that? So this is kind of neat. And we want to make sure that your finger goes over
with a glove.
Yes, with a glove. Your finger goes over that and shakes it each time before you dispense it. Unless you don't like the person working the POS, then go ahead, leave your finger off it and squirt it and then tell them it was an accident. But no, you keep your finger on there, and then for a 6-inch, it's 2 shakes, and then
this is my favorite thing in the FreshNOW.
Delicious.
I put
So good.
the garlic infused oil on just about everything right now. But you will have to shake it, because like if you buy garlic infused oil or any sort of herb infused oil at the grocery store, you'll see that stuff settles down at the bottom, and then you'll just have oil on the top. So got to put the finger over it, shake it up, and shake it on the sandwiches. This stuff is. It's awesome. I put it on everything.
All right, so that is the signature oil blend dispenser. You'll get 2 Sani stations as well. Only one of them goes on the sandwich unit, and we want to highlight that you cannot put the sanitizer in from the 3-compartment sink. The sanitizer, there's a sanitizer pack that comes with these, and you'll mix that with water. These should be changed regularly throughout the day, but make sure that you're only using the sanitizer pack that comes with these. I wish I could say why.
It's a different type of sanitizer.
Yeah, okay.
It's a food safe sanitizer. It kills the stuff quicker, but it's also has a longer shelf life than a regular sanitizer in the sink. But these need to be changed out, I believe, at least twice a day, where you dump the water, put new sanitizer in it, clean your SaniStation, and put new sanitizer in it. If you guys don't know what these are for your knives. So they store your knives in the solution, come out through some brushes to keep your knives clean. So you're using fresh, clean knives for every customer. Watch out for wear and tear on these as they go on. The bristles will have to change every couple months as well, but those will be coming, and make sure that like I said, you don't have to keep 30 knives up at the sandwich unit anymore, and it'll keep your knives sanitary and clean. So.
All right, very good. So that is your why. And the last thing, before we get into the product that's coming, is the Subwrap My Way labels. And you may be thinking, because this is how our world works here with Subway, is, do I have to write the customer's name on these? And your answer is no, you don't have to write their name. If you know their name, go ahead and write it down. If there's a husband and wife that are ordering to-go items, go ahead and put a his and a hers. Or if you want to just, however you're going to identify the sandwiches, so that when they open it up, Brandon knows what his sandwiches is, and I know what my sandwich is without having to open it up and lift open the sandwich.
Yeah, if you know their name, write their name. Or if you get a delivery order or remote order and you've got the name from that order, then write the name on it.
Yeah,
personalize it.
And if you're single and you're interested in the customer, like put your phone number.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay, don't do that.
Don't do any of that.
How about for delivery? I think we're over 60% of our stores in the territory are on delivery now. So if you've got a delivery order or a remote order, the customer's name is actually right on that receipt. So go ahead and write that down, make it a little bit more personalized for all of those orders.
Yeah, like I just said 15 seconds ago.
Did you really say that?
Yeah.
I was thinking of the joke about the digits. I wasn't even paying attention.
You're already ahead of yourself, dude. You have been waiting for that the whole time.
I was holding on to it. Okay, so the the product. So what new product is coming in from the distributor? I'm going to fly through these, all the shelf life handling procedures. They're in the playbook. And so please go through them. It's really important. We're getting the Subway olive oil and herb blend that Brandon was saying is one of his favorites. You're going to get this new sub spice, this herbs and lemon spice, new sea salt and peppercorns. That it's going to replace the existing salt and pepper in the restaurants. You're going to get some mustard, Subway mustard seeds. And then the last thing you'll get is the market option lemonades that your boards have decided on. If you have questions on what those are, feel free to reach out to your field consultants. It's the market option lemonade and frescas. So that's all from the distributor. Next up, Brandon's going to talk about briefly Coca-Cola and what to expect from them.
Okay, this is, I'm going to go through this pretty quick. For the bubbler, you need a filtered water line that goes to the bubbler that feeds, that you can fill up the bubbler that way with the water and serve your frescas and lemonades. So Coca-Cola needs to install this, and you're going to get a 30-day notice to your store. And they're basically going to give you guys notice, and then I believe they're going to contact you before they come as well. So far in our store and the test stores, they've been very professional, very quick. They try to get there early in the morning so they're not there when you're serving customers. They install that water line, get your bubblers to go, get them ready to go. If your tea brewer needs to be relocated, they will handle that at that time. So again, just be prepared for that. Make sure you've got a manager on site for when they contact you and schedule that. So that's really important. You can't just run tap water through these things. So it's going to have to be, it's filtered water. And if your tea station is being relocated to the back room where they don't need to run an extra water line, then there's no charge for that. If your tea location is fine right there, then there's no charge for the extra water line for the bubblers. If it has to go to the back counter where they have to run a new filtered water line to that back counter for your tea, then there would be a charge for that. I think it's somewhere around $130, something like that. So anyway, be prepared for the water line install. They've been very good to work with so far, and they have not impacted the business by showing up in the middle of lunch. So be ready for that.
Yeah, and there have been accounts where the store manager, I actually kind of like this, the store manager has said like, hey, leave the restaurant because they were not informed that Coke was coming in and doing anything. And so if you're a store manager, please, Coke comes in, feel free, call your franchisee, call your district manager and verify, should Coke be here today? Get the name and talk to the franchisee, but don't turn them away. But I actually kind of like that because they're not just letting anyone come into the restaurant and work on equipment.
Right.
So that's everything that's going to be in your kit. 5 different shipments over early January to the beginning of April. And we're going to close by telling you exactly what else is included in this podcast or this email. So all the attachments that are included here, okay? So the first one is a FreshNOW itemized list. Everything that we have gone through is going to be itemized in a list. Download it, print it, and as you're getting your shipments, go ahead and cross off what you have. Again, quickly report anything damaged or missing from the kits. Next, I have the FreshNOW playbook. Treat this like gold. This is really important for you store managers to go through and our franchise partners as well to go through so that you understand not just what's in the kit, but also how to prep the items as well. I'm going to link to this podcast some videos, some training videos. So please take a look at those as well as we prepare for the rollout of the FreshNOW. I'll give you a FreshNOW readiness checklist, a succinct a one-page checklist of everything that you need to know to have a successful rollout of FreshNOW. And then the FreshNOW POP placement instructions. Where do they go? You're going to get that in your kit, but I've got it attached here as well. I've also attached the Duke missing or damaged form to this podcast. And so, as I said earlier, go ahead and just print it and have it handy in case you were to need that. Again, 10 days to turn that into Rachel if anything is damaged or missing. And the last thing is that our field consultants consultants in March or April have the ability to schedule a FreshNOW coaching visit with you. This could look very different for many of you. They could come in and even help with some of the training, or if you're one of those franchisees that's like, nope, these are my people, I'm going to train them, that's awesome. They can come in after they're all trained and help answer any following questions they may have. But we have an opportunity for a scheduled visit, minimal evaluation, and mostly focused on the FreshNOW rollout.
All right, exciting stuff.
Yeah.
I think your customers will really appreciate, the elevated kind of look in the restaurant. And again, this is funded by the company, so there's no cost to franchisees for all this stuff. So anyway, we're excited about it. I hope you guys are too.
Exactly. Join us next month as we go back to our regular structured Subway JPW podcast, and have a good month. Bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning in to the Subway JPW podcast, a creative approach to communication designed to keep you informed, connected, and equipped. To receive notifications when new episodes are available, select subscribe below. Thanks for all you do, and continue to create great.